Okay, I did forget one other mod that I did. It's a mod that I saw somebody do online, and I was hoping to make some more difference, but it's like one of the first mods I did, and it didn't really make a whole lot of difference. It did make up some difference, but that would be the trigger and trigger pivot pin. They put in like a larger pin. I tried that. I didn't really like the way it worked because I did notice that the pivot hole that goes through the pivot is larger than what the trigger pin hole is. So basically you put the largest pin in there that you can possibly put in this trigger, and you're still going to have slop in there because that pin in the trigger pivot, sorry about my camera, is much larger than the trigger. So what I did, I've got access to core pins and stuff like that at my work. I work in tool and die. So I found a 2.5 millimeter pin, and I cut it down, turned down the head so that it was almost identical looking to the original pin, except for it's 2.5 millimeter as opposed to whatever that old one was, a lot smaller. And then I took a reamer and I reamed through both the trigger and the pivot so that the hole is exactly the same, and you have a nice slip fit on the pin and the trigger. Then I didn't go all the way through with the reamer. I kind of left a little nib at the very bottom so that when you push the pin in, it's a nice slip fit in there, but I didn't want it falling out, so I left that little bit of material on the bottom so that I actually got to push it in the rest of the way, and I can still knock it out from this side, so it's not a big deal. And it's not going anywhere. I didn't put those grooves back in there, and they're not necessary. The only reason those grooves are there is for it to catch while you're putting it together so that it doesn't fall out. Once it's in there, it isn't coming in the gun is assembled. It isn't going to fall out. It isn't moving anyway the way I've got it set up. So it didn't really make a whole lot of difference in my opinion. I mean, it made it a little bit tighter, but the problem is not so much in the trigger and the pivot, but the outside of it. I don't know if you can see this, but now there's no slop between my pivot, trigger, and pin. You'll see I'm holding the pivot from moving, but you'll see a little bit of slop here still, just a little bit of slop. That's not between this and that pivot. There's no slop between there. When I got it apart and I put out of this body and sitting right in front of me and put that pin in there, I can't get that to move at all. What the deal is between the pivot and the hole in the body, there's enough slop in there. I wish you could see that better. You can kind of see it moving. See it moving? This little pin right here. Wish I could get that to focus better. I'm sorry, I'm using my camera phone. It's a good camera phone, just not very good for up close. But anyways, that's the slop. I'm not really sure how I'd get rid of that without actually making a new one or welding it up. Really, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference anyways. But that's the other mod that I did. And since I've got you back on camera, I might as well show my trigger stop a little bit better and how I actually did that. It's a flathead Allen screw. You can take a long drill and drill straight through basically right where there's like a little, and your plastic, you'll notice a little dull spot. That's basically where the gate for the cast or the injection mold comes in to fill this and fill the injection mold to create this part. You can almost see it on the backside. That's right where I put that hole. I didn't use a drill though. I just used a rod that was about the tap drill size for this screw here, and warmed it up a little bit. Didn't get it smoking hot, just enough to melt and burn through without burning your plastic up. You don't got to get it red hot, just hot, warm enough to melt through. And I just stuck it down the back side of that, lined up that hole, and went, pushed it through. Then took the slag off this side of it and tapped that little hole in there. You don't even have to tap it really, it's plastic, you just drive it in there. It's not going anywhere, it's not turning. I mean, I can't get that thing to turn by hand. You ain't going to be able to push it through. It's threaded right into the body now. Don't need any extra screws. I wish I had my light was working, I could show you. It's just long enough to go through the plastic, and that's it. It doesn't get in the way of anything, and it's fully adjustable, and I adjusted it to where it just stops it. I got a little bit of play after the hammer breaks, because you're going to want that. That's all I did. Not a lot. All of it's easy. Anybody can do. I mean, you could, even with the trigger bar, if you cut it, you could always take it down to somebody that welds and have them weld it together. Pretty simple mod. Made all the world of difference. I'll show a video of me shooting. I wish I had some video of me shooting it before I did the mods, because I think y'all know, as anybody's got this gun knows, if they shot it, how inconsistent your shots are. It serves its purpose, but I like to be a little bit more accurate than that, especially if I'm plinking. You know what I mean? I mean, this is my carry gun, but I also like to shoot it, not just carry it around on me. And if I'm going to shoot it, I want to hit the target. I want to hit it accurately. So it made a big difference. Well, that's it for now. I'll be doing more videos later. Thank you.